Hello friends, today we are started session number 3, chapter 6 plant water relation. Topics are path of water in root tissue during absorption and second topic is mechanism of water absorption. Now the first topic, path of water in root tissue during absorption. So path of water across the root. This theory was proposed by E. Munch in 1932. The water moved from soil to xylem through epidermis, cortex, endodermis and pericycle along the two different pathways, apoplast pathway and symplast pathway. So E. Munch in 1932 proposed the path of water in the root tissue during absorption. So now in this diagram we are showing a root hair. So water enter into the root hair, then it passes to the epidermis, epidermis to cortex, cortex to endodermis, and finally it reaches towards the xylem for the translocation of water. So these are the path of water, and there are two theories put forward by E. Munch, apoplast theory and symplast theory. So now the water absorbed by the root by the process of three physical process: imbibition, diffusion and osmosis. So now the flaccid root hair. In flaccid root hair, their DPD and osmotic pressure is high. In flaccid root hair, DPD and osmotic pressure is high while their turgor pressure is low. As a result, the water enter from the soil to the root hair and root hair become turgid. So now in turgid root hair, the DPD and osmotic pressure become lower. DPD and osmotic pressure become lower while turgor pressure become higher. While inner cell is a flaccid. So in flaccid cell, DPD and OP is high, turgor pressure is low. As a result, water moves from one cell to another cell, from turgid to flaccid. This process is a continue till the water reaches towards the xylem for the translocation. So once again I will repeat. In flaccid cell means पूरा खाली cell है, okay, root hair cell, their DPD, diffusion pressure deficit, and osmotic pressure is high while turgor pressure is low. Okay, as a result, the root present in the soil enter into the root hair by the process of imbibition, diffusion and osmosis. These are the three physical processes. After entering water into the root hair, their DPD and osmotic pressure become lower and turgor pressure become high. Okay, so these are the turgid cell, while inner cortical cell is a flaccid. So their DPD and OP is high and turgor pressure is low. So water moves from the turgid to flaccid cell. So this process takes place simultaneously till the water reaches towards the xylem vessel for their translocation. So now E. Munch proposed the two pathway, apoplast pathway and symplast pathway. So the diagram shows a two pathway. So in red line, these are the apoplastic route and second one is a symplastic route. So first one is a apoplast pathway. So in apoplast pathway, it is a non-living pathway. Apoplast pathway is a non-living pathway. The movement of water occur exclusively through the cell wall and extracellular space without the involving of any membrane. So in apoplast pathway में, so now this red line, it show the water enter into the root hair. After entering into the root hair, it passes through the cell wall and non-cellular membrane. So it is passes through the cell. In between the cell there is extracellular space are present. So extracellular space, the cell wall is composed of pectin and cellulose compound. So water moves from this non-living space and reaches towards the xylem. So majority of amount water goes through the apoplast pathway. So once again I will repeat what is apoplast pathway. The movement of water takes place exclusively through the cell wall and intercellular space. So now this movement is a non-osmotic and occur due to the imbibition. So cellulosic wall of the root hair, cortical cell, endodermis and pericycle are hydrophilic in nature and permeable to the water, so that water moves through them and reaches towards the xylem. So these are called as the apoplast pathway. So here osmosis does not play an important role. Imbibition help for the translocation of water through the cell wall and intercellular space and reaches towards the xylem. So these are the apoplast pathway. Now the second one is a symplast pathway. So symplast pathway, in the symplast pathway, so now here the blue line show the symplast pathway. So in symplast pathway आप देख सकते हो कि रूट हेयर रूट के अंदर गया है in the vacuoles and it passes through the cell to cell. So each cell connected with the cytoplasmic bridge is there, because of plasmodesmata forms a cytoplasmic bridge between the cell. Okay, so what is symplast pathway? In symplast pathway, water travel from cell to cell through the cytoplasmic bridge called as a plasmodesmata. The plasmodesmata interconnected the cytoplasm of the cell and form a cytoplasmic network called as a symplast. So once again I will repeat what is symplast pathway. In symplast pathway, water travel from cell to cell through the cytoplasmic bridge called as a plasmodesmata. The plasmodesmata interconnected cytoplasm of cell and forms cytoplasmic network called as a symplast. So now in symplast pathway, osmosis play an important role. So here each cell undergoes osmosis. It becomes simultaneously turgid and flaccid, and finally water reaches towards the xylem. So these are called as a symplast pathway. And water accumulated and develop hydrostatic pressure. ये क्या डेवलप करता है? Hydrostatic pressure. So these are the symplast pathway. These are the living pathway, while apoplast pathway is a non-living pathway. So आप लोग देख सकते हैं इस pathway में blue line जो दिख रही है आपको. So here water enter into the root hair, then it passes from cell to cell. So through the plasmodesmata forms a cytoplasmic bridge. So these are called as a symplast pathway. Now the next topic is a mechanism of absorption of water. So there are two methods of absorption of water. So these are also important topic in the water plant relation chapter. So mechanism of absorption of water. So there are two methods of absorption of water: active absorption and passive absorption. Active and passive absorption. So first one is an active absorption. So in active absorption, the water enter the root hair by osmosis. In active absorption, water enter the root hair by osmosis. The water move from root hair to cortical cell and from cortical cell to another cell by the gradients of water potential. That is DPT, diffusion pressure deficit. Okay, the root hair and cortical cell of the root have higher osmotic pressure than the soil solution. Soil solution का osmotic pressure lower है. Root hair and cortical cell का osmotic pressure कैसा है? Higher. जो डायग्राम में आपको दिख रहा है. So water present in the soil enter into the root. So because of osmosis. Osmosis का rule क्या है? Lower concentration always move towards the higher concentration. यहाँ पे higher concentration किसका है? Root hair and inner cortical cell. So because of higher gradient, the water move from soil solution from lower osmotic pressure to higher into the root hair and cortical cell. So active absorption. So these active absorption are two types: osmotic theory and non-osmotic theory. In osmotic theory, osmosis play an important role for the absorption of water and translocation. So now this theory, active absorption, was proposed by Actin and Priestley in 1922. While second one is a non-osmotic theory. In non-osmotic theory, the absorption of water occur when the concentration of cell sap in the root hair is lower than the soil water. वापस देखो यहाँ पे in non-osmotic, the concentration of cell sap किसको बोलेंगे हम लोग? Weak minerals and salt. The concentration of cell sap जो साइटोप्लाज्म में प्रेजेंट है सेल के अंदर, their concentration is lower than the soil solution. Okay, as a result water move from the soil solution to cell sap. Okay, these are takes place against the concentration gradient and it require energy in the form of ATP. So now this non-osmotic theory was proposed by Kramer and Thyssen in 1959. So हम लोगों ने mechanism of absorption of water देखा, active absorption and passive absorption. So in active absorption there are two theories, osmotic theory and non-osmotic theory. Now the next one is a passive absorption. So what is passive absorption? In this method, the living cell of root do not play an important role in absorption. So passive absorption में living cell अपना role अदा नहीं करता है. Here transpiration play an important role. Transpiration is a evaporation of water through the aerial part of the plant. So this transpiration develop a water deficit in the leaves and draw water from the petiole from the stem and stem from the root. So there is a suction force is created because of transpiration and it passes from the leaves to petiole to stem it passes towards the root and it helps for the absorption. So there is no energy is required in the passive absorption. There is no expenditure of energy. Okay, so these are called as the passive absorption. वापस देखो passive absorption में transpiration play an important role. Transpiration develop a suction force and this suction force transmitted from leaves to petiole to stems and finally it reaches towards the root for the absorption of water. There is no energy यहाँ पे नहीं लगती. Okay, so now these are the differentiate between active process and passive process. First देख सकते हैं active process in it occur due to the activity of root and root hair, while passive it occur due to the activity of shoot and leaves. Second one is the absorption occur due to the osmotic and non-osmotic process in active, while in passive absorption occur due to the transpiration. In active process, the rate of absorption depend upon the diffusion pressure deficit, while in passive process, the rate of absorption depend on the transpiration. In active process, show symplast pathway and it show apoplast pathway. While active, there is a expenditure of energy takes place. In passive, there is no expenditure of energy. So आज के लिए इतना ही काफ़ी है. Thank you. Please take care. Okay, bye.